The air in the law office was thick with the scent of old paper and betrayal. I sat in a too-big leather chair, my knees knocking together under the simple sunrest I'd bought with my first paycheck from the diner. I was 18, and my world had already been buried with my grandmother, Eleanor. Across the desk, my parents and my older brother, Carter, formed a united front. Their lawyer, Mr. Brenner, slid a single sheet of paper toward me. "It's very straightforward, Isabel," my father said, his voice the reasonable tone he used when closing business deals. "Your grandmother was ... confused at the end. Her original will was unbalanced. This codicil ensures fairness." The document was titled Amendment to Last Will and Testament of Eleanor Vance. The language was dense, but the heart was simple. I, Isabel Vance, would renounce a claim to my 25% share of my grandmother's estate, including her lucrative chain of boutique hotels. $50,000 is more than generous for a girl your age, my mother added, her smile not reaching her eyes. "You can use it for college. It's responsible," Carter just smirked. At 22, he already acted like CEO in waiting. Grandma Eleanor had always favored me, calling me her kindred spirit. He'd resented it our whole lives. My grandmother hadn't been confused. She'd been sharp as a tack until the stroke that took her. She'd promised me, the summer before she died, "The hotels are my legacy, Belle. I built them for our family's future. Your father and Carter see dollar signs, but you ... you see the soul in them. You'll protect it. Something's wrong," I whispered, my voice trembling. Mr. Brenner's expression turned stern. "Your grandmother's final wishes are clear. If you contest this, the legal fees will eat that $50,000 before you blink. Sign, or you risk getting nothing and splitting this family apart." My father's hand came down heavy on my shoulder. "Don't be selfish, Isabel. Be a team player." For the family, the pressure was a physical weight. I was alone, grieving, a teenager. I picked up the pen. The signature, Isabel Vance, looked like a stranger's handwriting. I sold my birthright for the price of a cheap car. The $50,000 bought me 2 years of state college before my parents suggested I contribute to household expenses, draining the rest. I dropped out, working my way up from diner waitress to hotel concierge at a rival chain, studying hospitality management at night. Every time I saw an Eleanor hotel, now rebranded as the Carter Group, a piece of my heart hardened into coal. My family flourished. Carter turned the elegant boutiques into soulless, profitable business hubs. My parents bought a yacht. I lived in a studio apartment and wore a uniform. I met David at a hospitality conference. He was a kind, steady man who worked in sustainable hotel design. He knew me as Isabel Miller. I'd dropped Vince. He didn't know about the inheritance, the betrayal. I was too ashamed. We married quietly. He dreamed of opening our own small, eco-friendly inn. I dreamed of it too, but my dreams were haunted by the ghost of my grandmother's legacy. 15 years to the day after I signed the paper, I was managing a mid-tier hotel. At the front desk, my assistant said, "There's a man here to see you. A lawyer, says it's about a private family matter." My blood ran cold. Had they found me, wanted more? The man in the lobby was elderly, with kind eyes and an old-fashioned briefcase. He was not Mr. Brenner, Ms. Vance, Isabel Vance. "I'm Isabel Miller. Your grandmother was Eleanor Vance. My name is Arthur Finch. I was her real lawyer for 40 years. He led me to a quiet corner. I've been looking for you for a decade. Your family made it difficult. After you signed the coerced codicil, they fired me and installed their own counsel, but Eleanor was wiser than they knew." He opened his briefcase and produced a thick, sealed envelope, yellowed with age. On the front, in my grandmother's elegant script, "For my Isabel, to be opened by Arthur Finch only upon the 15th anniversary of my passing, or if contacted by Isabel regarding the codicil." With the anniversary today, and my own health failing, I felt compelled to track you down, Mr. Finch said gently. "Open it." My hands shook. Inside was a letter and a newer, official-looking will. "My dearest Belle, if you are reading this, that weasel Brenner and your father pressured you into signing away your share. Forgive me for this, theater, but I knew your gentle heart would shatter in a direct fight with them at 18. So I let them think they won. The document you signed is null and void. It was witnessed by my gardener and cook, both of whom are named in the true will as beneficiaries, creating a clear conflict of interest and grounds for coercion. The real, final will is enclosed in it. You inherit 51% controlling interest in the Eleanors. Your father gets 20%, Carter gets 19%, and the remaining 10% is split among the loyal staff. You are the guardian of my legacy. Take it back, my brave girl. And make them remember who we are. I stared at the will. It was notarized, impeccably executed, and dated after the one I'd signed. She had outmaneuvered them from beyond the grave. Mr. Finch placed a key in my hand, safety deposit box. The stock certificates, the deeds, the board minutes, it's all there. It has always been yours. Walking into the headquarters of the Carter Group felt like crossing into enemy territory. I wore a simple white silk top and black trousers, elegant armor. David was by my side, finally understanding the weight I'd carried. Mr. Finch and two attorneys from a top-tier firm he'd engaged flanked us. We didn't have an appointment. We walked straight into the quarterly board meeting. Carter was at the head of the table, holding forth about expansion. My father sat to his right. The room fell silent as we entered. What is the meaning of this? My father boomed, standing. Isabel, you can't just… Actually, she can, Mr. Finch said, his quiet voice commanding. As the majority shareholder with 51% controlling interest in the Eleanor's Hotel Group, she has the right to attend any and all board meetings. In fact, she is now the chair. The word majority shareholder sucked the air from the room. Carter laughed, a nervous, ugly sound. That's absurd. She signed away her shares 15 years ago for $50,000. I placed the certified copy of the true will on the table. Then, the ruling from the probate judge we'd secured ex parte that very morning, invalidating the coerced codicil due to witness conflict and undue influence. My father picked up the documents, his hands trembling as he read. His face, usually flushed with confidence, turned a sickly gray. This… this is a forgery. Eleanor was incompetent. Eleanor was brilliant, I said, my voice steady. For the first time in that building, she knew you tried to cut me out. She knew Carter would run her life's work into the ground, turning heavens of charm into plastic profit centers. She planned for your greed. I walked to the head of the table. Carter didn't move, frozen in shock. This meeting is adjourned, I announced. The board is hereby dissolved. An emergency shareholder meeting will be held next week to elect a new board, which I will chair. All expansion plans are frozen. All rebranding is halted. We are returning to the name the Eleanors. My mother, who had just entered the room, let out a strangled cry. Isabel, you're destroying your family? I looked at her, at my father, at my brother. No, you did that 15 years ago when you manipulated a grieving teenager. Grandma Eleanor was my family, and I'm finally going to build what she dreamed of. I turned to leave, then paused at the door. Oh, and Carter, clean out your office. You're fired. And Dad? Your 20% non-controlling share doesn't come with a job. I'll have security escort you both out. The last thing I saw was their faces, a perfect triptych of utter, world-ending shock. The ghost they'd created had just walked back in and reclaimed her throne.